Before I get started with this, let me just give a shout out to one of my subscribers as well as one of Blacklight Revelation subscribers by the name of Deneen. Hopefully she sees this video. It's because of her that I even aware of this story. Now, here's how I found out. Rob was doing a live stream on his channel and she left a comment about, she said there was this man that pushed this woman on a New York subway into one of the trains. And that was pretty much it. So I had to go on a Google and look up certain keywords in order to find this story. Now, the initial story I found was the story she was referring to. But then as I kept scrolling, it turns out that they actually identified the person that did it and they had already arrested him. And it was fairly, I guess you could say somewhat quick when they did it because this guy ended up fleeing, but they ended up catching him. And this is who you see right here. I said, when I get home, I can't wait to record this story or record this video for more reasons than one. But before I actually get into it, let's give it some overview. This man's name is Kamal Semrade. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce his last name. It's spelled Semrade. He is 39 years of age, and this guy was arrested and charged with attempted murder on Tuesday, which was yesterday, because I'm recording this on May 24th, 2023, for him pushing this woman into this train. Now, those are attempted murder charges right there. I would like to know, for all the people that labeled Daniel Penny a hero and labeled Jordan Neely this complete and utter monster, where are the people to say something about this? This story's been out since yesterday. It was updated yesterday on the 23rd. Name, identity, and everything. The way that they hopped on the Jordan Neely situation with Daniel Penny, it's amazing that they did not jump onto this. And I'm being completely and utter sarcastic here. So don't come in for me in the comment section saying, you know why they did. I know why. I just got to frame it that way. I just want to know, what it is. And I also would like to know, where was the quote unquote Daniel Penny / quote unquote hero of this situation to come and choke him out for what he did? Since they're talking about there needs to be more Daniel Pennies in the world. There needs to be more heroes on the subway to stop people of this ilk. And by this ilk, they were talking about Jordan Neely. Where was the so-called hero to stop him from doing what he did to this woman, what he almost could have done to this woman? He almost killed her. Like right there in the train station, like they got it on surveillance. That's how they was able to find him. Where was the people to come and subdue, like hold him down while he was being held in a chokehold for 15 minutes or more? That's why I said y'all need to be very careful who you label as a hero, because we can use this and turn it right back against you. And how ironic, this happens the same month as when Daniel Penny killed Jordan Neely. That was what, at the first week of May, and here we are the last full week of May. In the same state, might I add, in the same kind of vicinity, probably different locations. But it was still in a subway in New York. Go figure. Now I'm going to go ahead now and read this article. Police arrested the man they say pushed a woman's head into a moving train. Let me just stop right there. He pushed her head into a moving train. He could have took her face off. I wonder what kind of injury she sustained. She is extremely lucky to be alive. Inside a Lexington Avenue subway station and left her in critical condition. And that's not good because, of course, if she dies, that attempted murder is upgraded to murder. Queens resident Kamal Semrade, age 39, was arrested early Tuesday morning in Midtown and charged with attempted murder and assault. Now, peep this. This guy was and I will say this, he was rightfully hit with the right charges of attempted murder and assault. But when it came to Daniel Neely, to Daniel Penny, who killed Jordan Neely, he got hit with second-degree manslaughter. So peep how the charges are very, very different. And he killed somebody. Keep in mind, let's think the obvious. This guy is not white adjacent, whatever, but he's physically, genetically not white. Now, I believe the woman that he did this to is a PC woman, and I think they have her picture. And what I'll do is I'll pull her picture up when I get to the article. Now, isn't it interesting that DC Drano, the one that I did the live stream on like a couple weeks ago, was talking about how, you know, your last line of defense, this, that, and the third. I'm telling you, this narrative that they put around Daniel Penny can come back to bite them with this one story right here. But it's up to us to put it out there the way that it should be talked about. The attack unfolded Sunday at about 6 a.m. inside the Lexington Avenue 63rd Street subway station, police said, when Semrade shoved a woman from behind into a train pulling out of the station. The woman, identified by the Daily News as Turkish immigrant and fellow Queens resident Emine Ozsoy, suffered critical head and spinal injuries. One surgery at the nearby New York Presbyterian Hospital Will Cornell lasted 12 hours, according to the Daily News. Her former cousin-in-law told the Daily News that doctors told family members that she had just a 10% chance of walking again. That means the injuries that this man sustained to this woman when he did what he did can cause her to be paralyzed for the rest of her life. They said she only has a 10% chance. Her chances are extremely low of being able to use her legs to walk, let alone run again. Witnesses told the New York Post that Ozsoy, as she lay brutally maimed on the platform, asked fellow strap hangers if she was going to die. And that's the entire article right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a picture of this woman. This is her. This is the woman right here who he pushed into that train and caused to almost lose her life. And the thing is, even if she survives and pulls through this, which would be a miracle, she may lose her ability to walk because of what he did. Now, I would like to hear from all those people that had all that vitriol for Jordan Neely at the beginning of the month. What do they got to say about this? Are y'all going to say that she deserved it? Where was the person to get the guy who did this to her? Because again, if we're going off of the narrative that they used, those are the questions that need to be asked. That's why I said the precedent that they set by calling Daniel Penny a hero and Jordan Neely this savage was a dangerous one. Who would have thought that something similar would have happened again this fast? Not to say it wouldn't have happened, because it definitely would, but to happen this quickly. I'm just curious. I want to know. I want to hear from Matt Walsh, DC Drano, who else? All those black conservatives that had something to say. Ron the Snowflake, the people over at Gibson Go. Are they going to set up a GoFundMe for this woman to help pay her hospital bills? Because that's a lot of bills that's going to be paid. Going to have to be paid, and all that rehab she's going to have to get if she pulls through. I'm just saying. Granted, this is not a gotcha moment by any means. Let me just put that out there right now, because this woman is very lucky to be alive. Like, he pushed her into a moving train that was moving. They said it was pulling out of the station, which means he probably had intentions of pushing her in front of the train, running her over. Now, that would have definitely took her out. But he pushed her into the train as it was moving. And those trains move very, very fast. The slowest that they move is when they're slowing down into the station and starting to pull out of the station. But once they get their momentum going, even while they're still there, you're still standing on that platform. That's very high speed. And she got hit when he pushed her, that thing probably swiped her and knocked her back. Even if you was to reach out and touch it with your finger, it would sting. At the very most, it will probably fracture or break it. But yeah, I want to hear from all those people that had all that vitriol for Jordan Neely in the first week of this month. What do they have to say about this story right here. And let me just add this one last thing. And I had to add this in here even after I thought the video was done. I'm going to need black people far and wide to get as much dirt on this guy as you possibly can. I'm talking about dig until you can't even dig no more. Dig until you hear a metal plate, meaning you hit the core. The reason why I say that is because when it came to Jordan Neely, that man wasn't even cold yet before the hashtag 40 arrest was trending on Twitter. Then it was like 44 arrests here and 44 arrests here. I'm willing to bet Lamestream Media isn't going to dig to try to see how many times this man has been arrested. I'm telling you, this is not the first time this guy has done something like this. It's probably the first time it's gotten this far. I refuse to believe that this was a one-off. So, like I said, the guy's name is right there in the title. Just type it in and see if this man has a record. And I don't care if you have to go back as far as anything with his childhood. I don't care if he was out there stepping on an ant. Get it. Because if it was a black man that did this, then, oh, you can best believe they would have dug until they found anything down to dust and lint.